Welcome to DRTSPR show. This is Dr. Tangella Shivaprasad Reddy alias Dr. TSPR. Namaste, Adab, hello, and a warm welcome to this special edition of show. I am with tonsure. Don't get confused. I am the same one. Before I was with beard in Ayyappa Diksha. Now I've just come back from the yearly family Tirupati Tirumala ritual, which we have been going there with Lord's grace. And we have been fortunate to visit again Tirupati Tirumala in 2024. And that is when I prayed and I've offered my. Similar way, I have visited the birth of Lord Shiva, Arnachalam too, wherein the situation is really alarming. We'll come back to that later. But here, why I'm talking about this is the temple is a faith for Hindus. We believe, that is our belief, that takes us to on a pilgrimage along with families or friends. In the same way, for India, if it has to survive, the people representative democracy should survive. Why I have not added constitutionalism, I'm going to add how constitution has guaranteed that every adult franchise, whoever attains the age of 18, they'll get right to vote to elect their own representatives to the constituent assemblies. That means whether it is assembly at the state level or parliament at Lok Sabha parliament. And even for the 3-tier or 2-tier panchayat also. Panchayat elections. Panchayat, then municipalities. So that is the great aspect of attaining age 18. And that is why enumeration we call. They register your votes. That is where the date of birth plays a prominent role. As soon as you attain 18, every year, the Election Commission of India, through state election commissions and through the GHMC, I'm giving an example. That is how they conduct enumeration to add and those who have died to delete. But unfortunately, I've seen even our own names. Even Nitin Gadkari, minister, was complaining during Maharashtra polls how their own family names were removed. Even our names were removed or placed in some other thing. It's a shame. GHMC is a shame. Telangana Chief Electoral Officer is a shame. Election Commission of India is shaming every process. Till today, they have not bothered. I am on record. I am going to penalize or whatever damages, because being a citizen, how dare they remove your vote from those, because I have not moved from here, from New Santosh Nagar Colony, in the same old city of Hyderabad, how the hooliganism or malpractices are taking place. From this Hyderabad old city, now it has gone to entire India. That is why BJP, Modi and Amit Shah, they are silent. From here itself, the same Yaman Singh, Bajrangdal, who call him, we have initiated an application, the then Home Minister Rajnath Singh, to club both Aadhaar card and electoral cards so that there is no vitiation or double registration anywhere and no malpractices in, again, rigging called voting twice. The same person here, and how from Gulbarga people used to come and vote. But what happened to that? They have taken advantage. They cornered OIC, and OIC is just trying to divide votes for them in the name of minorities and causing a serious threat to the democracy. Democracy has become a laughing stock. Whenever you question Modi and Amit Shah, they are taking the umbrage of something else. Now everyone is blaming them with EVMs, electronic voting machines, at the cost of those huge supporters which they have been voting for BJP. Unfortunately, they are putting their voters into shame. Why I'm saying all these things is unilaterally, without any discussion, because of questioning them on EVMs malpractices, and 17A, the registered electoral voters, and 17C, after you vote, your votes are counted and put in a ballot box in the presence of the polling agents of all those political parties or independents, along with the booth polling officer. He will sign and he will close that. So that is the 17C already recorded. 17A, the number of voters in that polling booth. So how many voters have voted? That will come under 17C, and after which they will close this. But what is happening when people are questioning, demanding through RTI or other means, Election Commission of India and state electoral officers, to give the count of 17A, how many voters were there in the polling booth and how many were counted And what is the result in between after 17A and 17C? What is the result announced? Along with VVT pads to check malpractices. This is where the Election Commission of India unilaterally, with government Modi and Amit Shah, I'm telling you, I don't think Nitish Kumar and Chandrababu Naidu are really aware of what is happening. They have amended these rules, including the nomination paper. I will show you what nomination paper A and B for legislative assemblies and Lok Sabhas. Nomination paper also is like, if I am contesting, all my details will be there, including the past details of the contests which I have made and what are the details, everything will be there in the public domain, in the NETA or whatever public domains you have, including Election Commission of India. Now, because of questioning, everything is coming out, these discrepancies are coming out. Government of India, I will say Modi and Amit Shah, even RSS, I think, is not aware of this. That is why Bhagatji has been commenting now. So many things are coming out now openly, including masks. Why more? Why should we vitiate the atmosphere? That is the reason why this show plays an important role. Most importantly, if you don't have those representatives elected by the people, will they act in the interest of the people? No. They will act in the interest of all those corporates or those vested interests. Electoral bonds also have exposed. That also will show you how BJP starts getting so many crores of rupees. Why should you need so much of money when majority people are there with you? Malpractices, that too, those companies who are looting India. Those are the ones, even those who are killing cows and selling meat, buffaloes. And those are the parties who are supporting BJP. How can you take money from them? To conceal that, even Modi, Amit Shah did not allow Supreme Court to give the information. Only then, after the order of Supreme Court, electoral bonds information is out. Those who are funding which party and how much. BJP, Congress, BRS, Tamil Nadu, DMK, Mamata, from where were they getting so much of money? Everything is exposed. So that means they are not getting money from good people who are concerned for India. That is the reason why when you conduct elections in a free and fair way, level playing field for all political parties, national, regional, small parties, unrecognized parties, and independents, everyone should have the same platform to go and appeal to voters. What is that they are going to provide them? What are the issues they are facing? How they are going to solve them? Those promises, the electorate, the citizens should get enlightened, and then they should come and vote you. So such platform wherein all have equal platform to appeal. Is that happening? They have increased the ceiling limit to such a higher level after COVID-19 so that normal people like you and me cannot contest. So much of money, from where will you bring? And the BJP, they have collected so much of money. After that, Congress, from where are they getting money? They are getting so much of money, recognized political parties, and they are suppressing. But unfortunately, even regional political parties like BRS, we have seen YSRCP and DMK and other parties like Mamata TMC, from where are they getting so much of money to contest? This is again in equation to the unrecognized parties. So this way, the money and the political power of corporates, the money power of corporates is playing a major role. And that is why they want, by hook or crook, they want their selected candidates or parties to win the elections. And now they are taking umbrage of EVMs through the voters rigging in the EVMs. How many voters were there in that political booth in that area? 1,000, 2,000, maximum 2,500, 3,000 should be there. Everyone should be aware. But only 50 or 60% will go and vote. That is where they are taking advantage of it. In that 50 or 60%, genuinely are their votes being recognized and counted during electioneering? That is where 17A you sign and you have to show the evidence, whether it is Aadhaar or PAN card, you have to register that. And only after that, after polling ends at 5 p.m., they say through 17C, they count the votes polled in that booth. If there are 1,000 votes, okay, 500 votes were polled. Who are those who have voted? Their names entered in the registered. And what is the proof they have given? That is also, whether it is Aadhaar or PAN card, it is entered. And they will close the box EVM in the presence of these polling agents. They have to sign and polling officer. That means 17C will have the number of votes polled in that polling booth. So if these 17A and 17C are tampered, then it is not the fun of the election. What elections these are? These are free and fair. And whose interest these elections are being held? And what about VVT pads? Even they are being made fun of it. So when you are questioning them on your doubt, like me and Mr. Gadkari's families also, how is that Election Commission of India or State Election Commission officer is not providing you information? And once he provides information, when you match it with the number of votes in that booth, the number of votes counted, whether you have voted or not, including VVT pads, malpractices are coming out. So taking evidence of these, when malpractices are questioned, Government of India slowly it has amended wherein 17A or 17C, even if the information in nomination papers, now they are not going to give you. What is this nonsense? RSS, where are we going? BJP, the party, political party, are you aware what Modi and Amit Shah, that government is doing? And with hand-picked Election Commission of India officials. Congress party, all the other political parties, are they aware across India? Nara Chandrababu Naidu garu, TDP, Nitish Kumar in Bihar. See, where in Bihar Nitish Kumar should witness what is happening in Bihar, in Patna. Students and those who are on strike being thrashed by police. That means they are not aware of anything, because every now and then local political issues are created and corrupt practices these politicians are indulging, and they are caught by this Gujarati lobby. Unfortunately, Gujarati lobby, they are destroying the spirit of people participatory constitutional democracy. Now I will say. Today, what happened in Parliament? From UP, from Bhagat region, a downtrodden gentleman named, I'll show you, he has committed suicide, setting himself ablaze. 90% burns. As a doctor into journalism, 90% burns, 40% burns. You don't have any facilities in India. And they talk such rich. 90% burns now today. Why? So many fake cases were being hosted upon him, and he spent 1.5 months in jail too. Why? Because for questioning the illegalities. These politicians, if they are winning the elections through EVM by malpractices because of 17A and 17C, now they are amending it. Can anyone question and survive in this country? What will happen after BJP loses power? What should be the fate of all those wonderful voters who were dreaming that once our party will come to power, they will do this and that? That is where the fear should be there in everyone. Are we moving from democracy, people participatory democracy, to autocracy, politicians, administrators and corporates and their media dominated autocracy, suppressing our rights and looting our resources? Today's show will be only in English, because it is taking more time. I'll come back with other regional languages also later. But the world should watch what is happening in the mother of democracy. It's a shame. Now, this is what I'm trying to show you. No one listens. No one listens to poor lower caste. Man sets himself on fire near parliament, sustains 90% burns. What is this nonsense happening in this country? That is why the elected representatives, if they are elected by the people, they are committed to the people. If they are not elected by the people, if they are elected by something else, this is going to be repeated everywhere. And what a shame. A day after our Honorable Prime Minister's birthday on Christmas, may his soul rest in peace. We pray for him. He is a statesman, Atal Bihari Vajpayee. A day after his birthday celebrated, and a day after the Christmas celebrated, my greetings are already there in the public domain to all those Christian brethren and family. What is happening to this country? And my sources, see, this is Indian Express, it is already there. System se haar ke aisa kadam uthaya usne. He took such a step after losing to the system. A 26-year-old man from UP's Bagpat set himself on fire near parliament, sustaining 90% burns. Frustrated by alleged inaction over personal enmity and pending cases, Jitendra reportedly sought justice for years without success. We wish a speedy recovery, and our heart pours. It's there with their family in this hour of grief. What a shame. What a shame we are witnessing. His cousin Gaurav 21 alleged, "We are from the lower caste. गरीबों और छोटे लोगों की कोई सुनवाई नहीं है यहाँ. There is no one to listen to poor and the lower caste." In 2021, some people assaulted Jitendra's father. His family tried to lodge a case, but police did not. Instead, a case was registered against Jitendra. In 2022, the same people who assaulted the father lodged another case against Jitendra under Section 308. In 2024, they tried to run over Jitendra and his father. Once again, a case was registered against him. Over all these years, they kept threatening him and his family to stay silent. He tried to get help from everyone, administration to politicians. He was even jailed for 1.5 months in one of these fake cases. See, this is shaming. That is why we need politicians who are Prime Minister and Chief Minister. Are they Rajas? No, they are public servants. They are elected by us to serve Legislative Assembly, to create all those orders, legal orders on specific issues, to make policies in a so that they are administered in a transparent and accountable way. They are responsible towards us, whether it's Prime Minister or Chief Minister. How is that they are not? And MLAs and MPs, they are not meeting people and not trying to resolve their issues. That is why the election is more important. Election is very fundamental. And after seeing this incident only, I thought I'll just come back and do this show. How dangerous and where are we landing? Where are we going? That is the reason why I just wanted to do this show. And I'll just show you what Form 17A and 17C is, and then I'll get back to you. This is my complaint against Honorable Prime Minister Modi's education qualifications. Till today, Election Commission of India has not bothered to respond. And including from 2018, all malpractices which have evidenced till today, they have not bothered, and even they have changed the mechanism wherein they will give you the complaint number. That complaint number cannot be seen anywhere. You cannot track it. That is that dangerous game these gentlemen are playing now. Very sorry state of affairs. And this is what I wanted to show. In the latest amendment, will not allow you any information. What is Form 17A and Form 17C? As per the Conduct of Election Rules, 1961, there are two forms that have data on the number of electors and voters, namely Form 17A and 17C. Again, as per the Conduct of Elections Results Rules, 1961, there are two forms that have data on the number of electors and voters, namely Forms 17A and 17C. Form 17A is a register of voters in which polling officials record the details of every voter who comes into the booth and signs the register. Form 17C is the account of the votes recorded. So now we hope you have understood. If you are going into the booth, you have to register in 17A form, that is called Form 17A, and the evidence which you have presented to vote is recorded there. So that is how the 17A register is more important. Then 17C is the account of the votes recorded at the end of polling time, 5 p.m., signed by polling officer and all the polling agents, including parties and independents. So this 17A and 17C are more important and fundamental. Now, the latest amendment will not give you information on this. See, you are the voter, you are voting where, and if you have voted, and even if those who have not voted, they should go and vote. That is the irony. Even if you are not voted, if they are seeking the information to understand whether the elections were held in a free and fair way, they are not going to give you any information now. This is your information. Who the hell Election Commission of India or state chief electoral officers are? Who the hell, for that matter, government is? They are elected by us. This is a constitutional body, Election Commission of India. It should be independent. They are responsible to us because we are the constitution. In India, we are not a banana republic. We have submitted constitution to ourselves. So we are the kings. They are all our servants. But how is that servant is dictating and dominating and taking away the rights of the king or the voters or citizens? Nonsense. This if you don't correct such type of incidents like what have recorded in UP, will keep happening at the cost of the democracy. Now here you see Election Commission of India, already it is there, sorry. This is the Election Commission of India, which has already written to states, not now, in 2007 itself. See, dated 12th October 2007. Scrutiny of register of voters regarding why they have written to all chief secretaries. Now they have removed this, they have amended. No information should be given. They said, what is this nonsense? That is why I'm showing you the original draft. I am directed to state that in order to ensure that electoral abuses are effectively checked and not allowed to vitiate the poll process, the commission directs that all district election officers cum district magistrates be directed to set up a proper system for receiving the presiding officer's diary, visit sheets, the diaries maintained by patrolling sector zonal magistrates, record of images of voters captured by the digital cameras in respect of polling stations where cameras were deployed. Now it is there in entire India as per the ECI, and complaint registers of the district control room at the time of collection of polled material on poll day. Effective and thorough scrutiny of these will be necessary to identify cases of poll vitiation at any polling station. This exercise shall be carried out under close supervision of observers, returning officers, and district election officers. Now, all of a sudden, if all those people pool in and start supporting one party, what will happen? Form 17A, Register of Electors, reveal a lot regarding the manner in which the polling has taken place on the polling day. It is therefore utmost important to see that the register is filled up properly. On many occasions during the previous elections, it was found that the presiding officers and polling officers did not insist on production of identification documents at the time of voting. Not only should they check the identification documents, but at the same time note down the kind of identification document produced, whether it is Aadhaar, PAN or something else, and the number of that PAN number or Aadhaar number. See, so that malpractices can be avoided. If any given thereon, it remarks column of former 17A. There is a column. Now after Maharashtra polls, after Haryana polls, if they are insisting, people are insisting, citizens are insisting for 17A records. Now you understood why they wanted to know who is the elector or citizen voted in that polling booth. What is the evidence, whether Aadhaar or PAN card which he has submitted, and what is the number of Aadhaar or PAN card which he has submitted, and including the video camera footage also you need to. That is why this notification by Election Commission of India to all states and union territories. So to avoid these malpractices or abuse. Now, why they are amended? Now, why they are saying Election Commission or Government of India that Election Commission of India or state electoral officers need not provide any information under 17A and 17C. Why? If they are very pure, I'm asking Modi, Amit Shah, why did you amend overnight? Is BJP aware, RSS aware, all political parties aware? Is India aware of these things? Why are you trying to amend this? That means the malpractices, abuses in the form of 17A, even in EVM, can be caught. Through video footage, you will come to know who is that fellow who has gone to the polling station. And in the 17A register, what is the name and what is the evidence, whether it is Aadhaar card or PAN card or any other detail, driving license, which they have provided, their number will be there. So with that footage and along with the details, you can be identified and you can be clearly seen whether you have voted or not. Who is that person who has voted? So malpractices can come out. So this is how in many cases it has also been observed that the polling officers take impression of various fingers of illiterate electors on the register of electors instead of thumb impressions as required under the rules. See, to curb this also, they will take impressions of many, these poll officers, if they want to help. The presiding officers and the polling officers should be clearly instructed to ensure that electors at the time of casting vote should put on the register of electors form 17A either left thumb impression or full signature. Under no circumstances an elector having a left thumb be allowed to put Any other finger mark on the register of electors, those for illiterate, either left thumb or signature, not other thumbs, other fingers. In order to check bogus voting, the commission has decided to keep a tab on the polling percentage. Reports on polling percentage of all polling stations will be collected by the commission through CEO, RO, observer after the polling is over. Wherever it is found that the votes polled at a polling station is unusually high, which cannot be apparently explained, the commission, if needed, may order the election authorities to scrutinize various documents like presiding officers' diaries, visit sheets, diaries maintained by patrolling sector zonal magistrates, forms 17A and 17C, etc., in respect of those polling stations where the polling has crossed a specific percentage. My complaint is this right from 2018. I have asked for 17A and 17C along with video footages to go for forensic, because the polling percentage at 3 p.m. in 2018 December 7th election was only 30% or 35%. In between 3 to 5, if there is a jump of 30%, that means 60%, 70% if they are showing, and that too they are not showing at 5 p.m. on December 7th. On December 8th, after some night, after 24 to 28 hours, the polling percentage goes to 65 to 70%. So I have asked the Election Commission of India, kindly show me the details of 17A, 17C, the video footaging, because the then Chief Electoral Officer Rajat Kumar said every polling booth is video recorded. And I said these three should go to forensic appraisal to understand who are the genuine voters. Is there any tampering? Till today, they have not done. If the polling percentage, as they have agreed, till 3 p.m., if it is 30%, in between 3 p.m. and 5 p.m., in those 2 hours, if 35% are voting, they should be standing in the queue. Who are there in that too, they should be there in the premises when the gates are closed at 5 p.m. That's such big, huge crowd. And they should be voting till late night or till the morning of December 8, 2018. So that should be video recorded. Am I right, my citizens of India? That is why I have asked them. Where is it? They have not bothered. They have got exposed various constituencies. If the polling booth has only 1,000 votes, they have counted 1,000 to 200 votes. And in Vikarabad, like constituency, even VVT pads were thrown out. They were caught. And then in Jagtial area, EVMs were moving here and there. I have complained with evidences. Still today, they have not bothered to give me any information except complaint IDs. They were trying to close the case. Shame on you, Election Commission of India. Shame on you, Telangana Chief Electoral Officer. President of India, Prime Minister, all officers are recorded this. And even Munugodu poll, I caught hold of that. When the election observer said lot of money was caught and lot of liquor was caught. The election observer clearly stated, when that is the case, I again wrote to Election Commission of India along with Telangana Chief Electoral Officer. Election observers, they themselves are they clearly stating officially, money has been caught flowing, liquor has been flowing. That means they were enticing electorates through liquor and money. And that too, it is official, recorded by observers, both from State and Election Commission of India, Delhi. Then I asked, when you have recorded, then when I submitted a complaint, Election Commission of India states, these will be not repeated in the next election. That means they have accepted that enticements were done through money and liquor. Then I immediately demanded countermanding of Munugodu poll results. Did they do it? Even after accepting malpractices. When already before amendments, this is the case. Now what will happen to electoral system? The fraud will be played after these amendments to 17A, 17C and nomination forms. They will not provide you any information. That means it is manmani. Whomever they want, they will elect. They will elect whichever party they want, whomever they want. This Election Commission of India also, you have seen, they are puppets now. After my complaint on Honorable Prime Minister Education Qualification, now I will show you that also. I will finish up this 17A, and now I hope everyone is aware what 17A and 17C is. So how important this role is going to be played by 17A and 17C. See, the returning officers and observers shall check Form 17A for similarities of signatures, thumb impressions, the manner in which votes have been cast, continuous serial numbers will be they'll check. Cross-check the entries in Form 17A vis-a-vis Form 17C, the marked copy of the electoral roll and remarks column in Form 17A. So how important this is for an election. Now with this amendment, government Modi and Amit Shah, they are afraid. With this amendment, they will not provide you with any information. I'll quickly run through what is nomination form. So this is how candidate nomination and other forms. Now here also, they are not going to provide you any information. Now all the details of contesting candidates, including which election they have contested, with how many votes they have lost, and what is the degree or documents they have submitted, what are the property details they have submitted, everything will be there. This is how I caught Mr. Narendra Modi. In 2010, he has recorded Yashoda Bain as his wife. So they will not provide you this information now. Previous election, what degree you have given in nomination form, assets, immovable or movable assets, how much bank details. I have shown you last time also, right from those Rajya Sabha BC leader to everyone, how their assets have increased, including BRS, KCR, KTR, and all other senior Congress leaders also. How their properties have increased in 5 years, how they have become rich in 5 years, and how come a common man could not become rich in those 5 years when they were ruling, how they became rich at the cost of voters, the state or the country. That is why now they don't want to give you the information in these forms. Form 2A, contesting candidates. See, this is how it will be. Who is set up and who is going to see. Part 3, everything will be there. Information, total information they will give you. Have you been booked any criminal case? Have you cheated or looted banks? Have you been associated with any other crimes? And what was the previous data you have given? All the details will be there in this form. Now, they will not give you this. They will not give you this. Form 2B, Vidhan Sabha. They will not give you this. Elected political parties and independents. They are not going to give you this information. It is shaming. It is literally shaming. Let me go back to, now I'll show you why they have made amendments to Election Commission of India, because of my complaint. They don't, because now Election Commission of India, they are appointed by whom? Election Commission of India appointed by Prime Minister, his subordinate cabinet minister and opposition leader. So Prime Minister and cabinet minister, 2:1 majority. Now they have their own man now, Rajiv Kumar. Is he providing any information to anyone? No, because he is elected by BJP, Prime Minister and his cabinet minister. They have removed Chief Justice of India after our pursuance of the Honorable Prime Minister's education, because this education, if I have asked him to send it for forensic appraisal, like what I have done in 2018, Form 17A, 17C, along the video footage, should go to the forensic appraiser. Till today, they have not bothered. Even the former Prime Minister, our Prime Minister's complaint also, education qualification complaint, I have demanded it to be sent to forensic appraisal. 6 years, those who are presented, Mr. Amit Shah and Mr. Jaitley is no more, and Modi, they will not be allowed to contest the election. That is why they have amended appointment of election commissioners also. Now, after that, slowly that fellow, Haryana and Maharashtra, how impartial or how partial they were. After seeing this, when people started to question, even in Maharashtra, they were started polling. We have not voted. How come this party has got so many votes? They wanted to conduct again another poll, Election of Commission of India, and then so many petitions were there. Afraid of that, they have amended 17A, 17C and nomination paper details, so that no one will have any information now. Whatever looting, malpractices, abuse of electoral practices they have done, because now they have got their own selected Election Commission of India, which should have been independent, a constitutional body. Unfortunately, it is not. Now I will show you. This is the complaint which I have made. When did I make this complaint? 12/4/23. Before also, Madam Sir, I have registered. Your complaint regarding other has been registered Complaint ID is 633-FE2-AE257F. Election Commission of India shaming. Now see, if I click here, what is going to come? Nothing. I will not get any detail of my complaint. Either closed, resolved. Now this is the new malpractice which Election Commission of India Chief Electoral Officer, they will not allow you to track your complaint. No, what is there now? You see, new registration for general, you see. Register complaint, share suggestion. Already I have registered complaint. My complaint ID is also there. It should show whether they have closed the case, they have resolved. Is it showing? No. After the mail yesterday in this complaint ID on PM's qualification, which is open, which I have done on 11/4, again 7/4/23. That's what I was telling. No action on this latest Honorable PM qualifications complaint. But another complaint ID 91362, so confusing action taken report. No one understands. See, 7/4 I have complained. Before that, they give me another complaint ID. Without attending to that, again 12/4, they give me another complaint ID. Now, which I click, nothing is seen. What happened to that complaint? My complaint, now I will show you. Clearly, I'm mentioning. As a concerned citizen and voter, request ECI to unravel the truth by investigating if need be or forensically clarify the certificates. I am sharing many links in the body of mail in the public domain, becoming viral, including comments from Mr. Narendra Modi, estranged wife on the same. PM in affidavit states that Miss Jashoda Ben is his wife. Now this is in the nomination form. Now this information you are not going to get now after amendment. See what he has done. In poll affidavit, Narendra Modi says Jashoda Ben is his wife. Narendra Modi, the BJP's prime minister candidate, has acknowledged for the first time that he is married to Jashoda Ben, a retired school teacher who he separated from decades ago. In a poll affidavit that he filed on Wednesday as the BJP's candidate from Vadodara in Gujarat, Mr. Modi, 63, wrote the name Jashoda Ben in the column for spouse, a field he had left blank in the 4 assembly elections he contested in the past. Mr. Modi has said at a rally in February, I have no family ties, I am single. Who will be corrupt for? Who will I be corrupt for? I am single. Who will I be corrupt for? Says Narendra Modi. Jashoda Ben, 62, lives with her brother in a village in western Gujarat and reportedly draws a monthly government teacher's pension of rupees 14,000. She recently told a newspaper that she hadn't seen her husband since he left 3 years into their marriage. I know he will be PM, says Narendra Modi's reported wife in a rare interview. So Mr. Modi, who has ruled Gujarat since 2001, said in the affidavit that he has no information about his wife's assets and other details. The Gujarat Congress sought that his nomination be rejected for this, but the State Election Commission has refused to do so. This morning, Congress leader Digvijay Singh tweeted, Modi accepts his marital status. Can women of this country trust a man who stalks a woman, deprives his wife of her right? Vote against Modi. The comments refer to Stargate on the alleged spying on a woman in 2009, allegedly on the orders of the Gujarat government. Soon after, see again, election older brother Somabai Damodar Modi came to his defense saying that his marriage was a formality and gave it up. See how they are trying to. And he himself acknowledges in 2010 affidavit. Last 4 elections, he has not, that column was blank. Why suddenly in 2010? Just imagine, that means he was preparing to become the prime minister candidate. So Namo Modi is branded by corporates. Now you understand. That is why all of a sudden, last 4 elections, Mr. Modi has not mentioned the name of Jashoda Ben, which he has done in 2010. In 2014 elections, 2014, he becomes the prime minister. So how they have manipulated, how Namo brand has been created. So this is the nomination form. Now in this nomination form, now the details were available. Now these details from now onwards, they will not be available for you to question any malpractices. You got my point. People ought to know. It is a personal problem. 4 years, 4 elections, he left it in blank. Why in 2010 he has added Jashoda Ben is his wife? Now you understand how they meticulously Namo brand was created when Manmohan Singh was jailing everyone, including his own allies, DMK, Raja, and his sister, what's his sister, Kanumoli, they were jailed. How they are set free? Why CBI is not contested now? Is DMK close to India Congress or BJP or both? Congress and DMK are close to. It's all. I leave it to your this thing. Why there are cases? Subramanian Swamy has registered a case against Rahul Gandhi in citizenship case. Why it is not moving ahead? He is questioning. So many things were there. So I leave it to your own imagination. So that is the first evidence. Through now amendment, because of this, you cannot get details of nomination. PM's low qualifications. So I just pulled in all evidences in my complaint because I always believed in registering everything. Amit Shah and Arun Jaitley flash PM Narendra Modi's DU degree. What is the DU degree? Only they know. Shah and Jaitley presented copies of mark sheets and degree certificates of BA from Delhi University. Oh, DU means Delhi. And MA from Gujarat University awarded to Modi. This is a vital evidence. I have floated this. If forensic appraisal happens, whether this degree is false or correct, based on that, 6 years, all the three would have been not allowed to contest any elections. Such a serious issue. So this degree details also, like wives details, in the nomination form, you will not come to know whether it is a fake degree. We had someone from Vikarabad contesting, pilot name. Everyone thought they have he's graduated from pilot. And you have seen how a degree from Germany and all. Still the complaints are there with Election Commission of India. They are not acting. So now no more information like this will happen in the nomination form. You will not get any information, whether it is family or degrees, what they have studied. Now you see.
वैसे तो मैंने 17 साल की आयु में घर छोड़ दिया, स्कूली शिक्षा के बाद मैं निकल गया। तब से लेकर के आज तक मैं भटक रहा हूँ नई चीजें पाने के लिए। सिर्फ स्कूल तक पढ़े, मतलब प्राइमरी स्कूल तक, हाई स्कूल इतना पढ़े हैं हम। वैसे तो मैंने 17 साल की आयु में घर छोड़ दिया, स्कूली शिक्षा के बाद मैं निकल गया। तब से लेकर के आज तक मैं भटक रहा हूँ नई चीजें पाने के लिए। सिर्फ स्कूल तक पढ़े, मतलब प्राइमरी स्कूल तक, हाई स्कूल।
So he himself is admitting, Honorable Prime Minister, only high school tak. I'm afraid from where did he get this degree now? Can't we question? Why am I saying is, without having knowledge, wisdom, if you don't become wisdom personified, you being a Prime Minister, elected Prime Minister, with due respects to him, people will control him. That will endanger the country. They will made him to read through teleprompters what they have. And he's a very good orator. Believe me, he and Amit Shah, I adore them. I'm nothing against them personally. I really appreciate them, how they speak. But where is the necessity for them to lie? When you are lying, you are doing it for someone else. Last 4 elections, no details of Jashodaben. And you have seen his degree qualifications. What they have shown. See, they are showing Amit Shah and Arun Jaitley, DU from Delhi University. Mark sheets and degree certificates of BA from Delhi University and Gujarat University. From where did now Amit Shah has to respond? He is the Honorable Home Minister. Jaitley is no more. This information, I wanted them, Election Commission of India, to send it for forensic appraisal. Did they do it? No. Now you have seen. Honorable Prime Minister himself accepting that he is only higher school education. From where did he get the degrees? So such information from now onwards, after this amendment, you will not get. If I am wrong, correct me. I am ready. I am here to correct myself. ECI and TCO. Why so much fuss on Modi's education qualification? I am quoting from Subramanian Swamy's tweet. 6 years ago, Amit Shah and Jaitley did a joint media conference, which I think ANI put it out. Modi's MA certificate. See below, did I get it right? Which chancellor? I don't know. Me, the chancellor, vice chancellor, and members of the court of the Gujarat University certify. Narendra Damodar Das Modi. You have to check this also in nomination forms. Master of Arts. With the entire, I don't know, political science. I don't know what this degree, entire political science. External, Master of Arts, external. And the degree goes with the title, entire political science. I don't know what is. On him at Ahmedabad on 30th of this day, March. You got my point? This is the evidence. I have asked them to send them for forensic appraisal. Did Election Commission of India send? No information. You have seen my complaint is also whether it is open or closed. We don't know. So Election Commission of India is acting in a partisan way. This is the danger which the elections are going to. It will not be independent. They will be controlled, stage managed. And then
प्रधानमंत्री जी की शिक्षा को लेके जो संशय था वो और बढ़ा दिया है। इस बात का लोगों को जवाब नहीं मिल पाया कि प्रधानमंत्री जी कितने पढ़े लिखे हैं। एक दिन अमित शाह जी ने भी प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस करके कुछ वर्ष पहले डिग्री दिखाई थी। अगर डिग्री है और वो सही है तो डिग्री दी क्यों नहीं जा रही? गुजरात विश्वविद्यालय, दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय डिग्री क्यों नहीं दे रहे? उनकी जानकारी क्यों नहीं दे रहे? तो लोगों के मन में दो ही आंसर है, क्यों नहीं दे रहे। एक ही हो सकता है इसलिए नहीं दे रहे क्योंकि अहंकार है, पर जनतंत्र के अंदर इस तरह के प्रश्न तो ठीक नहीं है, इस तरह का अहंकार तो ठीक नहीं है। अगर जनता मांगती है तो देनी चाहिए। और दूसरा प्रश्न जनता के मन में ये उठ रहा है कि डिग्री इसलिए नहीं दे रहे क्योंकि डिग्री हो सकता है फर्जी हो। तो ये जनता के मन में कल के ऑर्डर के बाद बहुत सारे अफवाहों का बाजार दौरा में बहुत सारे प्रश्न खड़े हो रहे हैं। और ये नहीं समझ में आता कि अगर प्रधानमंत्री जी दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय से पढ़े, गुजरात विश्वविद्यालय से पढ़े, तो गुजरात विश्वविद्यालय को तो सेलिब्रेट करना चाहिए कि हमारा लड़का जो है वह देश का प्रधानमंत्री बन गया। वो उनकी डिग्री को छुपाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। हाईकोर्ट के ऑर्डर ने प्रधानमंत्री जी की शिक्षा को लेके जो संशय था वो और बढ़ा दिया है।
So I'm showing you these type of details you are not going to get now after the amendment. Now I will show you why so much of confusion and conspiracy or so much of doubts in every Indian citizen. He is our honorable Prime Minister. We don't want him to be dictated by anyone except in larger public interest. We want him to be very transparent. He doesn't come for any press meetings. He doesn't allow us to ask him questions. That is why we are presenting everything again. Now you see what his wife, now Jashodaben, he himself referred to her as Jashodaben as his wife in 2010 poll affidavit, election affidavit.
यूनिवर्सिटी में पढ़ी हूँ, मैंने बीएससी, एमएससी, एलएलबी वहीं से की। और जो मेरा पीरियड है पढ़ाई का, जब नरेंद्र मोदी की एमए की डिग्री बताते हैं उसी पीरियड की बताते हैं, बीए और एमए की। तो मेरे से ज्यादा कौन जानेगा कि यूनिवर्सिटी के अंदर मोदी था कि नहीं। अरुण जेटली तो मेरे कुलीग थे, विजय गोयल मेरे कुलीग थे, ये सब तो मेरे साथ ही पढ़ते थे। ये एबीवीपी में थे, मैं ऑल इंडिया स्टूडेंट फेडरेशन करती थी। मैं सभी एनएसयूआई के, एबीवीपी के, एसवाईएस समाजवादी युव जनसभा के, एसएफआई के, आईएसएफ के सब नेताओं को जानती थी और जानती हूँ जो अलग अलग जगहों पे नेतृत्व कर रहे हैं। मैंने जितनी डिग्रियां पास की वो सारी हस्तलिखित है, क्योंकि उस जमाने में हाथ से डिग्री लिखी जाती थी। तो फिर नरेंद्र मोदी की डिग्री टाइप डिग्री कहां से आ गया?
मैं हैरान हूं।
पूछिए इनसे ये पूछिए कि जब टाइप भी कराना था तो निकम्मों कम से कम सोच तो लेते। जो फॉन्ट टाइपिंग का कंप्यूटर पे फॉन्ट अभी हिंदुस्तान में दुनिया में आया भी नहीं था, वो डिग्री उस फॉन्ट में टाइप करके उनको दी गई है।
ये फंस गया सी।
मैं दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी में पढ़ी हूँ।
Because these are the evidence which I have put in my complaint. Till today, Election Commission of India has not bothered to give me any information except trying to threaten me or blackmail me. Shame on them. We are not going to be bothered, gentlemen. We are clear as per rule of law, Constitution invoking a Evidential Act. That is why I'm playing this. Now, these type of informations from nomination forms, you are not going to get by these amendments. Now you understood 17A, 17C and nomination forms informations. If they are not given, then who is the candidate whom you are going to elect? Is it corporate directly funding the corporate face of this fellow? Just imagine. So this is going to pose very, very, very danger through the basic structure of the Constitution, thereby the elections, free and fair elections, then the democracy. There will be no more democracy, as you are already watching now. What is happening? How they are trying to bulldoze by amendments. What is that nonsense? No discussion, no involvement of people. And sorry to say, opposition, Indian alliance, is also fractured. They don't want to discuss anything on the floor of the parliament or legislature, always coming out and doing hangama. Why? Because their top leaders all caught in corrupt these things. So both trying on an understanding, trying to threaten the democracy. Very sad day for democracy. As a person from UP commits suicide, I don't know what is stated now, just except for prayers from our side, 90% burns. Frustrated because of these politicians getting elected in this way, and they are being controlled by the Babu's administrators in a wrongful way, and their pampered media, destroying the spirit of democracy. That is why I am trying to show evidences.
मैंने बीएससी एमएससी एलएलबी वहीं से की, और जो मेरा पीरियड है पढ़ाई का, जब नरेंद्र मोदी की एमए की डिग्री बताते हैं उसी पीरियड की बताते हैं, बीए और एमए की। तो मेरे से ज्यादा कौन जानेगा कि यूनिवर्सिटी के अंदर मोदी था कि नहीं। अरुण जेटली तो मेरे कुलीग थे, विजय गोयल मेरे कुलीग थे, ये सब तो मेरे साथ ही पढ़ते थे, ये एबीवीपी में थे, मैं ऑल इंडिया स्टूडेंट फेडरेशन करती थी। मैं सभी एनएसवाई के, एबीवीपी के, एसवाईएस समाजवादी युव जनसभा के, एसएफआई के, आईएसएफ के सब नेताओं को जानती थी और जानती हूँ, जो अलग अलग जगहों पे नेतृत्व कर रहे हैं। मैंने जितनी डिग्रियां पास की वो सारी हस्तलिखित है, क्योंकि उस जमाने में हाथ से डिग्री लिखी जाती थी।
So that time they used to write degrees, issue degrees by handwritten degrees. From where did they get the computer font written degree, and that to entire complete political science? At least Jaitley was an eminent lawyer. Before flashing, I think, hope he should have understood. Maybe Amit Shah ji, he doesn't understand English, or they were trying to again wrongly feed everything into Amit Shah ji, as they are doing now also, right now, destroying the spirit. His good oratorial skills, they are trying to destroy. One wrong thing will destroy everything.
तो फिर नरेंद्र मोदी की डिग्री, टाइप डिग्री कहां से आ गए?
मैं हैरान हूं।
पूछिए इनसे ये पूछिए कि जब टाइप भी कराना था तो निकम्मो कम से कम सोच तो लेते। जो फॉन्ट टाइपिंग का कंप्यूटर पे फॉन्ट अभी हिंदुस्तान में, दुनिया में आया भी नहीं था, वो डिग्री उस फॉन्ट में टाइप करके उनको दी गई है।
ये फर्स्ट क्लास है।
मैं दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी में पढ़ी।
I hope these type of details are there in my complaint. I'll show you. This is my complaint. These are all the evidences which I filed. See, this is the complaint. Dear Madam, Sir, your complaint regarding other has been registered 12/4. It has been registered on 7/4 also. What happened to that? See, these are all the evidences in my complaint. This is the straight from the mail which was sent. See, this is the mail which I have sent listing all evidences which are here in this. What happened to that? Why Election Commission of India failed to act? So that is why it is a danger game being played by the Election Commission of India and the government. Government means only Modi and Amit Shah. I don't think Nitish Kumar or Chandrababu Naidu who are supporting them are aware of this. If they are aware, if they are indulging in this, then even they have to respond. It will be nothing sort of shaming the democracy. They will be caught tomorrow. See how blatantly the malpractices in Chandigarh. What happened to that? This fellow again in job. Chandigarh mayoral election. See what is.
नमस्कार, मैं सर्वप्रिया सांगवान। ये तस्वीर आपको याद होगी, ज्यादा पुरानी नहीं है। चंडीगढ़ मेयर इलेक्शन में प्रिजाइडिंग अफसर के तौर पर अनिल मसीह ने बैलेट पेपर्स को टेम्पर किया और बीजेपी के उम्मीदवार को विजेता घोषित कर दिया। क्योंकि इलेक्शन प्रोसेस की वीडियोग्राफी होती है, सीसीटीवी भी लगा होता है, तो तुरंत ही ये सीसीटीवी फुटेज सोशल मीडिया पर वायरल हो गई। मामला इतना बड़ा, सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने इसका संज्ञान लिया। कोर्ट में जस्टिस चंद्रचूड़ ने अनिल मसीह से पूछताछ की। अनिल मसीह ने जब कोर्ट में झूठ बोला तो जज ने ये सीसीटीवी फुटेज कोर्ट में ही चलवा दी। कोर्ट ने झूठ बोलने की सजा के तौर पर उन्हें बिना शर्त माफी भी मांगने को कहा और उन्होंने मांगी भी। इस केस में और तो कोई अपडेट है नहीं, लेकिन सोचने वाली बात यह है कि क्या होता अगर इस घटना की सीसीटीवी फुटेज ना होती। अब दूसरा केस सुनिए। वकील महमूद पराचा लगभग 1 साल से इस कोशिश में है कि उन्हें इस साल के चुनावों से जुड़े दस्तावेज, वीडियो, सीसीटीवी फुटेज वगैरह मिल जाएं। उन्होंने हरियाणा इलेक्शन से जुड़े सभी दस्तावेजों की मांग पंजाब एवं हरियाणा हाईकोर्ट के सामने रख दी। कोर्ट ने 9 दिसंबर को इलेक्शन कमीशन को आदेश भी दे दिया कि सारे दस्तावेज सीसीटीवी फुटेज समेत उन्हें दे दें, और वो भी 6 हफ्ते के अंदर अंदर। 6 हफ्ते तो अभी पूरे नहीं हुए, लेकिन इस बीच केंद्र सरकार 20 दिसंबर को इलेक्शन कमीशन के नियमों में एक नया संशोधन नोटिफिकेशन के जरिए जारी कर देती है। आज स्पॉटलाइट इसी पर। कंडक्ट ऑफ इलेक्शन रूल्स 1961 में इलेक्शन करवाने से जुड़े सभी नियम लिखे हुए हैं। इसके सेक्शन 93 में प्रोडक्शन एंड इंस्पेक्शन ऑफ इलेक्शन पेपर से संबंधित नियम लिखे हैं। इस सेक्शन का क्लॉज 2 कहता है कि इलेक्शन से संबंधित पेपर सार्वजनिक जांच के लिए उपलब्ध होने चाहिए और मांगने पर इनकी कॉपी लोगों को दी जानी चाहिए। लेकिन अब सरकार ने इसमें छोटा सा संशोधन किया है कि इलेक्शन से संबंधित पेपर जिनका उल्लेख इस नियम में है वे सार्वजनिक जांच के लिए उपलब्ध होने चाहिए और एप्लीकेशन पर इनकी कॉपी लोगों को दी जानी चाहिए। स्क्रीन पर आप देख सकते हैं कि नियमों में बैलेट पेपर, रजिस्टर्ड वोटर्स की लिस्ट, फॉर्म 17 का जिक्र है, लेकिन इस संशोधन की नोटिफिकेशन जारी होते ही ये आशंका जताई जाने लगी कि फिर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक डॉक्यूमेंट का क्या होगा, जैसे कि सीसीटीवी फुटेज। जब ये नियम बने थे तब तो इलेक्ट्रॉनिक रिकॉर्डिंग होती नहीं थी, इस कानून में वीडियो का जिक्र नहीं है, तो क्या इलेक्शन कमीशन वीडियो या सीसीटीवी फुटेज देने से मना कर सकता है? और चुनाव से जुड़े जिन दस्तावेजों का जिक्र इस नियम में नहीं है तो उन्हें भी देने से मना कर सकता है? विपक्ष ने भी ये सवाल उठाने शुरू कर दिए हैं, बल्कि कांग्रेस ने तो इस मामले को लेकर सुप्रीम कोर्ट में याचिका भी दायर की है। चिंता यह है कि इलेक्शन कमीशन तो कह सकता है कि इस कानून में वीडियो या सीसीटीवी फुटेज का जिक्र नहीं है, तो कानून के हिसाब से वो बाध्य नहीं है ये चीजें किसी को देने के लिए। लेकिन महमूद पराचा एक बात कह रहे हैं कि अगर ये सब रिकॉर्ड लोगों को मिल जाते हैं और वे चुनाव प्रक्रिया में कुछ गड़बड़ी ना निकाल पाए तो ये तो इलेक्शन कमीशन और सरकार के हिसाब के लिए अच्छा ही है। वे तो आराम से दावा कर सकते हैं कि सब आपके सामने है, तो फिर सरकार को क्यों जरूरत पड़ी ऐसा संशोधन अचानक लाने की? इसका जवाब तो सरकार या इलेक्शन कमीशन ने नहीं दिया है, लेकिन क्या इलेक्शन कमीशन महमूद पराचा को भी इलेक्ट्रॉनिक फुटेज देने से मना कर सकता है? नहीं, अभी तक चुनाव आयोग ने उन्हें मना नहीं किया है, और वैसे भी ये संशोधन पुराने आदेशों पर लागू नहीं होगा। इस नोटिफिकेशन में बताया गया है कि ये जारी होने की तारीख से लागू होगा, यानी भविष्य के लिए। वैसे जब जब ईवीएम को लेकर विपक्ष ने सवाल उठाए तब तब सरकार और ईवीएम के पक्षकारों ने कहा कि ईवीएम मॉडर्न तकनीक है, ये ज्यादा पारदर्शी है, तो सीसीटीवी और वीडियोग्राफी भी तो मॉडर्न तकनीक है, ये भी पारदर्शिता लाने में चुनाव आयोग की मदद ही करेगी। संसद की कार्रवाई भी लाइव ब्रॉडकास्ट करना जरूरी किया गया था ताकि पारदर्शिता रहे, नागरिकों को पता रहे कि उनके प्रतिनिधि संसद में क्या कर रहे हैं। पूर्व चुनाव आयुक्त अशोक लवासा ने भी इस मामले पर कहा कि जो सिस्टम पारदर्शिता को बढ़ाने के लिए लाया गया है, चुनाव आयोग को वो सिस्टम जारी रखना चाहिए। चुनाव आयोग पारदर्शिता बरतता भी है और आगे भी इसे और मजबूत करना चाहिए। बीबीसी ने इलेक्शन कमीशन से भी इस बारे में बात करने की कोशिश की, लेकिन किसी अधिकारी ने ऑन रिकॉर्ड कुछ कहने से मना कर दिया। लेकिन 24 दिसंबर को इलेक्शन कमीशन काफी एक्टिव दिखा, उन्होंने मीडिया के लिए काफी डिटेल में दस्तावेज जारी किए हैं। इलेक्शन कमीशन ने अपने दस्तावेज के जरिए बताया है कि कैसे वे हर स्टेज पर पारदर्शी हैं और कैसे राजनीतिक पार्टियां और उम्मीदवार चुनाव की शुरुआत से लेकर अंत तक पूरे प्रोसेस में शामिल रहते हैं। चुनाव आयोग ने बताया है कि कौन कौन से दस्तावेज उम्मीदवारों को दिए जाते रहे। अब तक तो ये होता था कि उम्मीदवारों को सभी दस्तावेज मुफ्त में मिलने का प्रावधान था, किसी और आम व्यक्ति को भी चाहिए तो कुछ फीस भरकर चुनाव आयोग से वो ले सकता था। और अगर चुनाव आयोग ये सब उपलब्ध करवाने का दावा कर ही रहा है तो फिर संशोधन की जरूरत क्यों पड़ी? इलेक्शन रिफॉर्म के लिए काम करने वाली संस्था एडीआर के संस्थापक जगदीप छोकर ने एक और बात कही है कि क्या होगा अगर कोई नागरिक आरटीआई के तहत इलेक्शन से जुड़े वे कागज मांग ले जिनका जिक्र इस कंडक्ट ऑफ इलेक्शन रूल्स में नहीं है, तो क्या होगा? आरटीआई तो संसद से पारित एक कानून है, तो क्या एक गजट नोटिफिकेशन संसद से पारित कानून से ऊपर माना जाएगा? ये तो फिर ऐसा हुआ कि सरकार संसद की अवमानना कर रही है। चुनाव आयोग पर पिछले कुछ वक्त में लगातार सवाल उठते रहे हैं और अब इन नए सवालों पर तो चुनाव आयोग ही वोटर्स को संतुष्ट कर सकता है और करना चाहिए भी।
At this backdrop, my complaint from 2018, why State Electoral Officer or the Election Commission of India has not bothered to respond since 2018. And then on the Honorable Prime Minister's education qualification. Now I've put all the evidences why they have not failed. They have failed to act till today. Now what will happen once these amendments will come into? Now I'll show you what has been happening in Maharashtra. 40 lakh new voters, Congress alleges fraud, EC denies. But here is what voter data says. This is the Quint which has done an extensive study. everything. I'm quoting Quint. It is there in the public domain. The Election Commission of India on 24 December dismissed Congress allegations of discrepancies in voter data and electoral rolls during the recently concluded Maharashtra Assembly elections. However, questions still loom over the unprecedented increase in the electors between July and November 2024. This is where I have told you 17A and 17C, how important they are. Now, I hope every citizen of this country understands. The 17A register and the 17C, the polls counted along with the number of votes in that polling station. To understand the allegations leveled by the Congress, the Quint analyzed several sets of voter data released by over the years by EC and Maharashtra Chief Election Officer. It is there in the public domain, anyone can. We found that in line with Congress allegation, there was an unprecedented increase of 40 lakh votes on the electoral rolls in the state of Maharashtra between July and November 2024. Okay? They could identify. There was a reversal of trend for the first time in 2 decades, where number of new voters added in 5 months between Lok Sabha and Vidhan Sabha elections is higher than the number of new voters added in 5 years between Vidhan Sabha and Lok Sabha elections. So this new trend, who are they? This could have been easily identified by 17A. Electors added in 5 months between Lok Sabha and Assembly elections. See, this is how it is. This is the jump from 2019 to 2020. 40 lakh voters, new voters. Now, this is the crux of the issue. Quint says, of the 40 lakh plus new voters, over 18 lakh were added in just 78 assembly constituencies. The bottom line is BJP won 68 of these 78 assembly constituencies, where over 18 lakh new voters were added. For the sake of bonus, they will get opposition parties also to win the elections. As did happen, you have seen Jharkhand, Himachal Pradesh, Karnataka, a rare. So 78 assembly constituencies, BJP won 68 of these. On this is the discrepancy. So the Punjab and Chandigarh High Court also, Haryana High Court also clearly directed them to furnish the information. So instead of furnishing, if they were bringing out these amendments, so I'll just to have more understanding of this, I'm trying to play this. The same video, but in a different format. All these videos or shows are to enlighten India.
Now, the Narendra Modi government has amended the conduct of election rules to restrict the access to a section of all documents that were earlier available for the public. Now, what are these documents? Something like Form 17C, then you had the nomination forms, and several other electronic records, which after this amendment, you will not be able to have access to. And this is a big setback as far as the free and fair elections are concerned. This is a big setback as far as the transparency in the electoral process is concerned. Now, when was this amendment brought out? This amendment was brought out immediately after Punjab and Haryana High Court gave an order in Supreme Court lawyer Mahmood Pracha's petition that the videography of the elections should be shared with him. So I'm going to be joined by Mahmood Pracha himself after these rules have been amended. And what is the main intention of the Modi government? Why it did so immediately after Mahmood Pracha got this order from the Punjab and Haryana High Court? Thank you so much, Mahmood, for joining on HW News Network. And congratulations to you in a way, because your efforts are, seemingly bearing fruits. But what does this amendment really show, which the Modi government has brought in?
Thank you very much, Niluji, for speaking to me, but congratulations not to me, but to the people of the country and a small group of civil society activists who fought at times very, very lonely battle of removing this curse on Indian democracy, that is EVM. So the credit should not go to me. A little bit of that I should go to me, but more to the people of the country and the civil society. That's to begin with. But this has actually, this act of theirs, by using the bulldozer, which they are quite used to, Narendra Modi Sahab, Amit Shah Sahab, and RSS and BJP, Mohan Bhagwat Sahab and all, has actually vindicated my stand, which people were not believing earlier, that something very, very sinister is happening by the use of EVMs. And Narendra Modi Sahab will do anything to stop people from seeing what they are doing. The method which I developed and which I actually, with great difficulty and with the great planning and lots of efforts of people who had worked with me, my small team of my office, was to show to the people, not by our words, but by their deeds, in videography, in CCTV footage, how the EVM machines were being tampered, they were being desealed after the polling and then resealed after manipulating them, then how the machines were being taken out without following due process, changing the machines and all that stuff. I was trying to create a clutch of evidence which will show to the world, without me speaking a word, without me making any explanations about what people were seeing. That we had planned and we were successful. Ultimately, after many, many maneuvers and many, many setbacks, including a 1 lakh fine from Allahabad High Court, which we ultimately got set aside by the apex court. But ultimately, this Punjab and Haryana High Court is not just one judgment, it is a judgment which ultimately culminated, which was the culmination of our efforts by various litigation, by various letters, by collecting various different proofs against the Election Commission's misdeed. I will not say Election Commission, the corrupt officials of the Election Commission and Mr. Narendra Modi's team and Mr. Amit Shah's team. That is what has now culminated, now caught on the wrong foot. What they have done in layman's words is that suddenly they were so used to winning the football game on their own field that they had scored 46, 50 goals. And our side was not able to score any goals. So 46 petitions, upward of 46 petitions in Supreme Court and a dozen in various high courts, along with various fines and all, including mine, ultimately was undone by one single entity which entered into the field and scored upward of 90 goals. This is 92 goals exactly, where I'm not saying set aside these elections, but the material to set aside the elections will be crystal clear, not even an iota of doubt that they have violated everything they spoke to the people of the country, this Election Commission officials, including Mr. Rajiv Kumar, Mr. Narendra Modi, and everyone who was supporting the EVM. Every single promise they made to the courts, every single affidavit they filed before the courts was actually a lie. This was the potential of this order. So obviously they had to do something very, very drastic. So they did quite a few things actually. On 9th of December, I got this order. Immediately thereafter, Umar Abdullah Sahab spoke kind of against EVM, that let's forget EVMs. Although his father had fully supported our case against the EVM, then Mr. Abhishek Banerjee, once again, he also said that let us forget about the EVMs and think of other reasons. Although once again, Mamta Banerjee Sahib supported our cause fully, wholeheartedly. Then Mr. Devendra Fadnavis, in his maiden speech made at the floor of the Assembly of Maharashtra, he took my names in a very, very derogatory manner, apparently to scare me off, which is quite a easy task, considering the circumstances that Mr. Amit Shah and
also called you an anti-national. They've called you a terrorist.
Terrorist. That I'm quite used to. The entire ecosystem of RSS is after me, not only in India, but across the borders. Various people have been hired especially to target me. Op India writes material. They create evidence against me, but I have become quite used to it. I am ready to face any consequences. So the new player they have brought in Mr. Fadnavis, who's categorically saying that why have you made Mr. Pracha as the main speaker? Why should he become your lawyer? Get any other lawyer. So all these things were betraying their fear of me, a small Ambedkarite, a small lawyer who's actually trying to be a true Ambedkarite. So then came on 20th, this when everything else failed, and the fight against EVM, and I salute the people of Markandwadi village, because they outthought even me and our team. That was the brilliant most, and I always will salute them. So that came as a final nail in their coffin. And then 21, on 20th, they took out this order, which is like bulldozing the judicial system, and a judgment of the High Court, which will obviously expose them thoroughly, and which will also enrage every constitutional loving citizen of the country.
But Mehmood,
Hi everyone, let's have a look at the spacious 3 BHK
I'm sorry,
plus
because
court
this is
plus
the
bedroom
credit goes to the
of
channel who
flat
have done
and
this, so I have
millions
to,
for
you have to bear with this.
you know, by bringing in an amendment like this to Rule 93 to A, haven't Modi and Rajiv Kumar in a way admitted to the fact that yes, there was rigging, and they have given you this evidence on a platter for which you have been struggling for so long?
Yes, and I am grateful to the Providence and Allah Almighty and the Constitution of Baba Sahib Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar, who have been instrumental in getting us this thing on platter, where it is a confession. Actually, it is an extrajudicial confession, I would say, which is enough for their conviction.
Right.
That, in legal parlance, if I say, but like I was ready for it. So I don't want that people should think that I have lost by this bulldozer. I have lost to this bulldozer. I was actually ready for it. So what they have done is, this is an extrajudicial confession, to use the legal parlance, which will lead to their conviction in the biggest court of the country, and that is People's Court. And of course, everybody who's constitutional loving will be enraged by this blatant and open bulldozing of the judicial system of India, of the courts of India, by the Mr. Narendra Modi himself, none other than him. Because the notification clearly says that the central government has issued this notification in consultation with, not on request of which, of the Election Commission. So this is a God's given.
But if you look at the news reports, they say that it was a recommendation of the Election Commission, and on the basis of which the government brought in a notification. That is what all the news reports are saying.
Well, I don't get this distracted by this press, and I am a legal person, constitutional person, so I only recognize things which are there in black and white. What is black and white, I am telling you. The notification clearly says that the central government has issued, in consultation with the Election Commission, this modification in Rule 93, Sub-Rule 2. Whatever they are trying to mislead by selectively whispering to the press, I don't give I don't give any recognition to that. That's one. But once again, as I was saying, this is an extrajudicial confession, follows from the following thing, and that is that before you make amends to any law, that is what is enraging probably the CPIM and other political parties also. You have to consult some stakeholders. They have not even consulted the biggest political party of the country, that is BJP. They have not consulted the RSS, which is supposed to be the mother of BJP. They have not consulted even their allies, Nitish Kumar Sahab. No political party has been consulted by the central government. So this is an extrajudicial confession, and why would they consult India and opposition political parties, and of course, why would they consider the people of India and consult them? Because they have replaced.
This amendment, in a way, has shut the doors of election in India in a way. Doesn't it go to show that Modi and Rajiv Kumar are saying that, look, we have a shop called Election Commission, but the elections will have no meaning from now on?
No. What they're saying is that earlier there was some iota of doubt that we have not done rigging, 100% rigging of all the election process, 100% rigging of all the machines. Now we are giving you a proof that we can't even show the videography of one machine. That is what their attempt is. But luckily, it is not a setback. I was ready for it. I have a plan B, which will force them to give me more material than was actually permissible earlier in law. That strategy I will disclose at an appropriate time. But the good news is that the political parties, various political parties, especially I'm thankful to Supriya Srinath Sahiba, who has actually made a video, longish video, and written a longish tweet also about this issue. And I'm really thankful for her. And if the political parties support us, and I'm not forgetting the real warriors in this case, the civil society at all. But since this can be a paradigm shift, we can do wonders if this thing happens, if political parties support us. Therefore, I'm thanking them from the core of my heart and on behalf of all the. But let this not be just one-off thing. Let's walk the talk the whole way. We have to save democracy. We have to save the electoral process of India. And EVM is the key to saving it. That is exactly what needs to be done. Now, what will happen in the future is what is on the platter. Am I audible, Niluji?
Yeah. Please go ahead.
Now, I am known for saying things which look absolutely unbelievable. This EVM thing was absolutely unbelievable to many, especially many in the political parties. So, and it was actually giving a handle because it was so unbelievable to the sleeper cells which were connected to the political party law. And they have lied to the Supreme Court. They have lied to people of the country, to Supreme Court by way of affidavits and by engaging senior lawyers who have misled the court by stating incorrect facts. And now they get thoroughly exposed. What more can I expect? It was although it required a lot of hard work, but it was Providence and Allah Almighty who has helped me get this, I would say, and the prayers of the millions and millions of Ambedkarites and Indian citizens. Well, I am a Muslim who is trying democracy. The Baba Sahib has given us this constitution, the democracy and the real spirit of constitution and electoral democracy. Then paper is on in Madhya Pradesh. I am on to I am right now in Madhya Pradesh, where this campaign against EVM public campaign is starting by Gondwana Ganatantra Party in Sivani.
Okay, so are you hoping that
there tomorrow?
No, but the national political parties or from the opposition, will they also be joining your Bring Back Ballot campaign now?
That is what we are hoping, that then I will be able to.
So this is what is there now. I think there are many such videos which have come here, and you have seen how the state government, the government, Indian government is afraid and trying to bulldoze, and they are caught now. We have shown you more evidences there, and this is for today. After that unfortunate incident of setting ablaze, and I'm still trying to get that information, what has happened exactly. I'm still unable to, with a prayer message, to see that there is no more suffering for that individual, and our hearts go with that family who have been fighting. That is what we need. That is why we need elected representative, not selected by corporates or ill-gotten money from electoral bonds, corrupt corporates trying to save their skins and getting their choices elected, making mockery of people participatory constitutional democracy. As a citizen, as a voter, it is my right to know the information on polling booth, how many votes are there in a polling booth, and 17A, how many votes are registered, who is voting there, what is his identity, what sort of evidence you have collected, and 17C, after 5 p.m., counting of all those 17A registered in liaison with number of votes in that polling booth. So this entire information is my right, including the nomination papers, to know who is that candidate, what is his background, and what he has done in the last election, did he present. If he is earning 1 crore, in 5 years' time, if he is earning 10 crores, a common man like you and me, are we earning 10 crores from 1 crore? Or else if we have 10 lakhs, did we make 50 lakhs in that period? But how is that these politicians are growing? It is a mischievous thing. Neither a scientist nor a farmer is enjoying or benefiting, but unfortunately, or a common man, hard worker, small scale, medium scale industries, they are flourishing. But unfortunately, these politicians, administrators, their pampered media, that bureaucracy, and the corporates, they are becoming richer and richer and richer every day. The poor are becoming poorer and poorer. That is why the elections are more fundamental, to see that such party with good intentions to serve the people only will come to the power, not for looting or suppressing the rights and looting resources of the people. That is why this show, I hope, will be an enlightened one for everyone. And right from 2018, I am the petitioner. Everything is there on the record. Telangana Chief Electoral Officer, Election Commission of India. I have pulled in all evidences, including Honorable Prime Minister's education qualifications, which I have already shown you. Still, there is no information on action by Election Commission of India. And top of that, if the amendments come, it is a namesake election and the democracy will be in danger. So think and act now. This is the message. Not this party or not that party. We have to save India. India means citizens. All citizens. We are the constitution. Prime Minister to Chief Minister or Election Commission of India, whether it's DGP or Chief Secretary, they are all public servants. They owe everything to us. So why should we be afraid? Start questioning, but it should be in a proper way, as I have done with evidences. There should not be any personal vilification or blackmailing. Let us do it as per rule of law, constitution, invoking evidential act with no enmity against individuals, nor animosity against parties or organizations. This has been the tagline of DRTSPR channels. And that is how we continue to enlighten you. Hope you have understood and will appreciate. Do support, subscribe DRTSPR channels, Citizens DRTSPR channels, and Environment People DRTSPR channel. They are all in larger public interest only. My number is 9440465339. Anyone can participate and differ with me, provided you have all those evidences, which you can WhatsApp. And the same number, 9440465339, to which Google Pay and Phone Pay 2 are attached. You can always support the efforts of DRTSPR channels. Thank you very much. Mera Bharat Mahan.